Caesar. I am the owner and director of Sibo West African Dance Company, based in New Orleans, Louisiana. The meaning of my company name is "This is my dream," and it's in Mandingo language. My family, I had a little cousin. She was much younger than me. Her mother, which, looked at me like her daughter, and I used to take care of my little cousin and stuff. So she was doing dancing with one of their longtime friends who has a children's company here that was founded by the late Papa Abdullah Kamara from Senegal, West Africa, and Jean Mariama Curry from out of New Orleans, Louisiana. So I started in that group, which is Kulu's Children's Traditional West African Dance Company, and it still exists today. So I started with that company, and based on the relationship with the inner spirit, with me being in touch with the dance, the founder of the company, the late Papa Abdullah Kamara, who christened me later down in life, and which is my godfather, he asked me to keep the legacy alive because he always thought that I wasn't just a good dancer, that I was a good teacher. So I started at the age of maybe like 13 really teaching people to really dance, traditional style dancing, and translating from the format from how he showed, because he didn't speak English fluently. So, and he spoke French, but here we're not fluent in French. So a lot of people struggle with the interpretation of how he taught, even saying left, right, and by me studying with him in the 80s, he asked me to continue. He was then founded a company which I was the assistant artistic director of, which is called Alabatu, and it died after Katrina. But up until Katrina, I was assistant teaching over there, and that's when I actually picked up the name for Sibo, which might have been in 1998, and then maybe exactly in 2000 is when he asked me, he was like, okay, you need to have a performing company, because Alabatu was a community class. So everybody in the city could come to that class for free. And he had told me, he was like, it's a lot to run a company like that, and by him doing a lot of charity work here for the city, for the boys' home, Milne had provided a space for us. So that's how we were able to still do dance classes. So we had community classes. And so when he saw the hardship of just still getting, funding for us to get costumes made, for us to do, community shows and stuff like that, he told me, he was like, you need to have a performing company. And he gave me the name Sibo. And he was like, that's your dream to dance. So he knew. I think more so because I think it was something embedded in me. It was a spirit that probably was embedded in me. It wasn't nothing that I was taught. I wasn't taught anything. Like I said, we come from mixed families. So, here in New Orleans, in America, you still a blended family. And I never saw color because, my family was still a Creole family. And, so we were still a blended family. And they never taught me anything about color. So when I started dancing, I liked the energy of African dance. So that's what got me moving. And I was already a dancer, like New Orleans dance. I was already a bounce dancer, but nobody never trained me. That was already in me. Like my oldest brother, he believed in me way when I was a little bitty girl doing New Orleans bounce dance. He was like, there's nobody in the city that could be my little sister in this shaking. He was like, he always thought that of me. And he would always put me in competitions. I was always in talent shows. I used to have all my cousins and best friends. We used to always just come up with choreographies, get in all type of competitions to win. Like, we were just competitive like that, but competitive for the art. Not just competitive to say, oh, I'm better than that person. We never would do that. We always had our own specialty inside of our group. So, like, whatever I was good at, that's what I applied to our group. Like my cousin, you know, she was good at writing music and singing. One of them was rapping. My other friend, she was good at singing too as well. So and I was good at rapping and dancing. So I would make up choreographies, beats, you know. So we kind of like gelled that together. And when we saw that we could apply the African rhythms inside, because she was doing African dance too. When I started doing African dance, I brought her on. And we were like it was like a real force together. And, you know, he knew that. He believed in us with that. And that was the first thing. He was like, you know, I was a good dancer and I love what I do. It wasn't just I was doing it because I don't make a whole lot of money, but I still love what I do. Like, it satisfied my spirit. And that's really why I do it. And I want to encourage other people to do that, because what feeds your spirit is good for your health. That's what gives you long life. I don't believe like money giving you long life. I believe like your health, well, you know, your spirit food. So we're normally like in a rotation with the festivals. So we have done a lot of French Quarter Festival events. We have done Congo Square Festival every year for the past maybe 12, 13 years. We have done Essence Festival event. We have done, you know, Bayou Boogaloo festivals. We have the Jazz Festival events. And we do like a lot of private corporate events too. So, you know, if you have baby showers or you have somebody doing wedding ceremonies, we do a lot of birthday parties too. It's been a big thing now. So we've been seeing a lot of people, I guess, since after Wakanda came out. Yeah. A lot of people been doing like, you know, soul searching, and just like they always want to incorporate African dance. And not only that, you know, we're a dance company, but we're a female drum performing company too. So, you know, we sing. So we do a lot of different things. So, you know, we do a lot of performance throughout the city and out of the city, you know, and out of the state, you know, of course. You know, we traveled a few places doing a lot of events. I mean, you would be surprised the type of events that people call me for. The problem is like, a lot of people they're scared to put in the work behind picking up a start in another city. So, like, for me, it's not about me doing work, because I do all the legwork here for myself as well. And I have a good support system here. You saw my company. That wasn't not even a third of them. So, I have a really good support system. And what we do is we do a lot of researching for other members. Like, you know, most of the time I have a lot of people that call me from out of town when they come in town, and they like, I looked up online, you're the first person I saw. So I try to introduce it to different cities, but they don't have a big community of, you know, cultural people like that. So sometimes it's a little slow start, but yeah, I do want to expand, because you have other people that they have like 3 people in that whole city that really like doing it, but they just don't know where to start. So, you know, sometimes it be just, you know, trying to get out to the communities. Eventually, I'm going to get to different cities and get to different councilmen in that city, and then try to help them start some type of cultural group, you know, in their city, just to help them out. And it have to be like I said, I'm a diverse company. So everybody's welcome. It's just to get you in touch with your culture, everybody's culture, because if you're American, you're a mixed group of people. So it doesn't matter. So, you know, white, black, whoever, everybody can still feel music, you know, everybody still have feelings. So, and eventually it'll get there, hopefully before I die. My ultimate dream is to open up our state-of-the-art center. I want to open up a school that not only works with the American system to help educate the children and underprivileged children for special needs, all type of needs. I'm not just talking about mental, but I'm talking about disabilities. I want to be able to have a facility that gives children and the parents a blending bind, because that's why our disconnect is. So even like I say, it's not just for underprivileged, it's going to be for people that can pay, that can afford to pay, that want to give their children a diverse, you know, education. on life, period. It's not just about dance. It's gonna be like far as systems, education, just worldwide, like going outside, thinking outside of the box, because a lot of our children don't get a chance to travel. So even if they come, it's almost like a boarding school, but not a boarding school. It'll be more like what you would consider your typical homeschool to be, but people don't are scared to put that type of effort into fulfilling that particular homeschool. Like you have to have a school for children that have special needs, like for physical disabilities, for mental disabilities. You know, you have to have a school that can still have children that's functioning at a normal capacity. You have to have a school that might have the arts in the school, not just dance, but music, like drums, basketball, football, baseball, music. I have all type of, you have some children that want to do engineering, chemical engineering. I have people that have, you know, I have degrees, you know, in all types of backgrounds. But it's just gonna take a small, you know, it's gonna take a small pot of money to get to the outcome. And we you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. You know, we're working on it. Hopefully, probably after this interview, somebody might see that idea, see that picture, and want to help. Like, you know what? Let's make this school a state-of-the-art school, because you don't have a lot of multicultural arts schools that are state-of-the-arts that can function at a high capacity still for the youth, you know, and their families. Like, you know, it's a lot that you can do, like for cooking, teaching them what type of foods you should and shouldn't eat. You know, we have a big system right now that nobody don't know about, and it's time that people hear about my system, because I have a group of people that, you know, can really change, you know, a group of children. And when you start with one, you know, it's a domino effect. You know, just like a style, just like clothes. Everybody want to put on something, you know, if they want to be half naked, everybody half naked. Everybody see that, you know, if, you know, these popular artists put this on, then they think that's cool, because that's what they see, that's what's televised. But how about let's just start with a small group of children. You know, you can get 50 kids that might have a problem and put them in a facility and see what the outcome is. If you have teachers that specialize in reading, math, social studies, language arts, music, dance, drum, football, basketball, like you can have the best of the best that come out of small school that's undiscovered talents. And that's what I want to have, a school for undiscovered talent.